Hello, I'm FPX Toycat, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. As we all know, this is the date we spend with the people or the things we care about the most, and that's why today I have a Minecraft update news video for you all, because of course there is a brand new Nether snapshot, and I want to go through it. There was a surprise Valentine's Day snapshot released today, actually, for real. They included a bunch of new features, including not just one, not just two, 3 brand new mobs. The baby Hoglins, a mob we saw last week, but now they're much more fleshed out, a joke that will make sense later. We also have the brand new Piglins, which you can see right here, including baby Piglins, which will attack you if you're not wearing gold, so be warned about that. And then as well as that, because we now have Piglins, we now also have the bartering mechanic. There's a lot of things to do with gold and the Nether that now work as of this snapshot, and I want to go through them all. But first of all, I never thought I'd be making this video on Valentine's Day because I thought I'd be doing other things, but instead I figured let's make some hella good Minecraft puns, let's talk about the brand new snapshot, and let's barter for your like on this video by saying that if you do like this video, it encourages me to make more of these in the future. Although, let me ruin my own barter by saying that, realistically speaking, I will probably cover the Nether update regardless because I love it that much. But with that said, let's talk about 20W07A. A lot of people just say the snapshot name and it's like, yep, that seems pretty logical, but if you're not big in the Minecraft Java community, the reason why it's called 20W07A, even though it's a 1.16 snapshot, is because it's the first snapshot in the 7th week of 2020. So that's the snapshot name, and it's a Nether update snapshot, of course, based on the fact that it's updating Nether, and because they call it that repeatedly, that includes a lot of features we're going to be going through in today's video, starting with the Piglins, because this is kind of the big one. The Hoglins are, huge by themselves, but the Piglins have a lot of things going on with them, so let's try and go through it very briefly. First of all, we'll start with the fact that they love gold. They don't just love gold a little bit, they hate everything that's not gold, and to prove that, let me take off my golden helmet, because if you don't have any gold armor on, as you can see, all the Piglins start attacking you, which immediately will go away as soon as you put on any piece of gold armor. Once you have gold armor on, they're entirely fine with you, because they only attack you while you don't have, again, any piece of gold armor on. A single piece will do it, whether it's leggings, whether it's boots by themselves, whether it's a helmet by itself, any single piece of gold armor will do it, but if you have no gold armor on, prepare to be attacked. I like this because it kind of adds a new layer to the Nether. Of course you want diamond armor with full protection on, but if you want to be protected against these guys, you need to have one piece of gold on, and gold breaks very quickly, so keep that in mind as you do things in the Nether. Also keep in mind, they really like gold stuff to the level where, like, if you just give them a gold sword, even if they've got like a crossbow already, as you're going to see, they'll actually pick it up and they'll dual wield with, even with their crossbows right here, they'll dual wield that sword as well, because they love gold things, and they'll do the same with your armor if you choose to give it to them. As you can see right here, we throw a chestplate on the ground, they all run for it, and then one of them picks it up, although he doesn't put it on, he just holds it apparently, but still, they love gold. Oh, there we go, they actually put it on. That's a really cool animation. But you can see how the Piglins are a brand new mob in Minecraft that love gold armor, and are kind of like zombie pigmen, as we call them right now, except they're Piglins instead. And in fact, actually, one of the key things to mention, because Piglins are very confusing. They sound like pigs, they sound like pigmen, they sound like Hoglins all in one. So let's kind of address right now that there are 8 Minecraft mobs which are pig-based. There is the Hoglin, there is the Piglin, there is the zombie pigman, and there is the pig. So the pig is easy, it's in the overworld, they comes in the baby pig format as well. The zombie pigman is going to be renamed to the zombie piglin. It's also getting a new texture, so whether it's the same mob or not, you can argue for yourself. That also comes in baby form, and they're pretty harmless for the most part. Pig hoglins are the wild pigs found around here in the Nether. They are they have a kind of rivalry with the piglins right here, but they're basically pigs for the Nether that are also attacking you, and also comes the fun benefit of sometimes dropping leather as well as pork chops, so it's a way of getting food in the Nether, but it's also a way of getting leather in the Nether for the first time. And I love the phrase leather in the Nether as much as the next person, but it is also a really interesting new game mechanic. So yeah, Hoglins also come in baby forms, and then finally these guys are the Piglins. They're kind of like NPC villagers crossed with zombie pigmen. They are men who are made of pig, and also they have the fun characteristic of trading with you. As we all know, they really love gold. I mean, as you can tell based on all of this, but they love gold so much that they'll give you things in exchange for it. They won't tell you what they'll give you before you do things with them, which, I mean, I think is a little misleading and has gotten me in many a bad situation. But if you see right here, we give them a little bit of gold. In exchange, they'll give us some stuff. So this guy, I give him some gold. In exchange, he gives me 8 flint. If I give another guy some gold, he's going to give me, what is that, 3 glowstone dust. Wow, what a great trade. Basically, gold is now, as well as emeralds being exchangeable in the overworld, gold is now exchangeable in the Nether in exchange for a lot of different things. You can see how disparate and far apart these 3 trades were. But yeah, these these seem like pretty useless trades for the most part. I mean, like raw pork chops in exchange for gold, you know, some red fungi in exchange for gold. These things seem really, really bad on the surface, but I will say there's at least something, you know, to be said for them. And in case you're curious what that something is, it's the fact that there is a lot of trades which actually have been data mined. I'll show you them on screen right now, which I think is kind of great that, you know, a few hours into this snapshot coming out, we've already got the data on what they can trade, and you can see how 99% of these trades are worthless, especially the ones they offer most of the time. Nether bricks, no. Crimson fungi, no. Rotten flesh, no. All the way up the list, you can see how this is stuff you wouldn't want to trade for, but it has two key exceptions to that. One is that we can get obsidian in a reliable, constant way. Another one is the fact that gravel is now renewable in your Minecraft world, because you can trade for an infinite amount of it, so that's something which I guess is useful. But something my eyes were immediately drawn to is the fact that you can now trade for ender pearls with piglins. You can get 2 to 4 ender pearls for a single bit of gold, which is an amazing trade, and theoretically, you know, like, it's rare and it's not the perfect speedrunning route, but it makes beating Minecraft without going through the hassle of killing Enderman a little bit easier. And that's right, this update kind of makes speedrunning and, you know, beating Minecraft at least more varietatious, if that's a word, and it definitely is not. You don't have to look that one up, but it makes the beating Minecraft, you know, act a lot easier and a lot better, because in exchange, you know, now, you know, they added ender pearls to the last update. Now we also can get Enderman in the warp forest biomes a lot more commonly, and now also we can trade with these guys for ender pearls eventually. We can actually, oh Jesus, I'm gonna die to these hoglins if I'm not careful. As a pro tip, this is why you don't give your swords to the, you know, the piglins. But yeah, as you can see, hoglin dead. Get me some free food, which is useful in the nether when there's all this craziness going on. And also get yourself some leather sometimes, which is also wonderful, as well as experience. But you know, we have enough of that, as you can see right here. But yeah, with that said, the opportunity to get, you know, ender pearls, to me, it makes this whole system some amount of worthwhile. But for most people, most of the time, the fact that only one in, like, you know, 50 to 100 trades will give you ender pearls, and the rest of them will give you things you probably don't need. I mean, besides maybe obsidian sometimes for some people, and maybe, you know, pork chops is handy as like a, you know, a thing you can get on the meantime. For the most part, the bartering mechanic right now isn't worth much to most people. Most people look at that and go, oh, gravel is renewable, but you know, realistically, you'd still get it best by mining. You know, like, the reality is most of these things for regular Minecraft players aren't worthwhile most of the time, and as a result, right now at least, the bartering mechanic isn't worthwhile. However, you know, the reason this is kind of mentioned, it's key to mention right now, is because of course there is likely going to be something planned for the bartering mechanic in the future. I can't imagine they'll leave it at the mostly useless situation it's in right now, because most people don't need, well, did I literally get gravel just there? Most people don't need gravel that bad, or most people don't need, if we wait for another trade of another, you know, villager, or piglin, rather. See, got them confused, the villagers already. But most people don't need soul sand in a stack of 2 that bad. It mostly just adds a new reason to find these guys, to care about them, and that's kind of something I like personally. Also, something you might find interesting, because you'll notice how the piglins have this whole rivalry with the hoglins. They want to kill them at all costs, because they need to eat. I mean, it makes sense, like, they live wild, and therefore they eat wild too. But one of the interesting things about the hoglins is you actually can choose to breed them. So the crimson fungi, which is of course the red mushroom as we call it, that's found in the these biomes right here, can actually be used to breed hoglins. Even though they're super hostile mobs, you can actually put them into love mode, which is one of the first hostile mobs we've been able to properly breed, and then when you do that, you can find yourself these baby hoglins. Although the baby hoglins, unlike their kind of like that, you know, their fathers, if you punch them once, they just run away, which I find it adorable. They go re and then they run home. It's absolutely adorable. It's something I wouldn't have expected, but it is something I find hella cool. So with that said, yeah, the Nether has 2 brand new mobs right now. They're both pretty interesting and pretty exciting to look at. Again, I really do feel like the interaction between them makes the Nether feel alive, because we don't just have mobs that are out to kill the player now, we have mobs that are out to kill each other. I feel like when we get the zombified piglin update, that is something we could also get some variety with, and I really hope the bartering mechanic adds something new, because right now, as it stands, it's useful to me as a Minecraft player, because I hate getting ender pearls via the normal way. It makes the next update something I love for the purpose of beating Minecraft fast, but as far as most players, it just isn't a worthwhile mechanic right now. It's a fun mechanic, but not a great mechanic. And yeah, just to reiterate this one more time, both of these features are only available in the Crimson Forest, and according to the, you know, the snapshot page itself, sometimes in the Nether Waste, although in my experience, the Nether Waste is just because it's next to the Crimson Forest most of the time, so keep that in mind. Big red forests, piglins and hoglins, big blue forests, Enderman, and hopefully other features to come soon. But with that said, that's not the only thing they added in this week's snapshot, it's just the biggest thing. Because Enderman have also received an update. This is a parity change, interestingly, to make Java like Bedrock, because we've seen a lot of Bedrock to Java changes in the latest Bedrock beta. I haven't spoken about that too much because it seems as though the next update is focusing entirely on parity. But Bedrock betas aside, again, we talk about Bedrock in the kind of gist of things. This snapshot 20.0W7a, the next big Nether update, is going to be changing it so that the Enderman no longer pick up Netherrack. Again, something that's been true on Bedrock already, whether by glitch or intention, is now coming to the Java edition. And interestingly enough, the Enderman can now pick up a bunch of other Nether-related blocks. Their block list that they can pick up from, it currently includes like pumpkins and dirt and sand and stuff, is now being expanded so they can also pick up Nether blocks like this one they've got right there, and they can even put them down again. Isn't that nice? The Endermen are just trying to play Minecraft, just like me and you do. But interestingly enough, also, if we go to the overworld, there's some other features found over there. Although, while we're on the way there, how about I mention, fun fact, it's been confirmed this update won't have diable Nether portals. I mean, not that you should have expected diable Nether portals, but Jeff did in fact confirm that on Twitter, so fun fact. But yeah, let's go over to the overworld and let's talk about some of the features which are also in this update, because I think myself, as well as apparently some other Minecraft YouTubers, have been pushing for Netherite to be more useful than it is right now, because it's great being an extra tool to make, diamond armor even cooler and does all this sort of stuff, but I'd love to see it do so many different things. I could talk about it for hours and days and make a whole video on it. Maybe we should do that sometime. Let me know if you'd like to see that. But also, one of the things I've said, and a billion other people have said, is it should be able to be used for beacons. And now, technically speaking, you can use Netherite blocks for a beacon. And let me just start by saying, my god, this is the biggest ultimate flex you can have in Minecraft, right? There is no good reason to do this. One of Minecraft's most expensive blocks can now be used in a beacon, but the effect is the exact same as an iron beacon. So really, really don't do that. I mean, if you're in creative and you want to pretend you're rich, and that's what we did here. I didn't mind these all myself. These videos are done using creative survival hybrids, unlike some people won't tell you that, but it's a fact right here. I didn't actually do all this sort of stuff, but if you're in survival, there is no reason to use this over iron, except for flexing on people, which, I admit, like, flex culture's a big thing in 2020, right? People gotta pretend they have more than they got so they can look to other people like they have more than they've got, so they think that they're worthwhile. It's a whole thing in the internet. But also, you can use Netherite if you want to. Again, not even a flex, just being dumb, to actually power your beacon if you really want to. As you can see, they've updated the interface to be like iron, gold, diamond, emerald, Netherite. Why Netherite? And you can waste a Netherite block to do that. And now look at this. I get jump boost. All I had to waste was a whole Netherite ingot, which is 4 Netherite scrap and 4 gold. I could trade for some gravel or some soul sand using that. So yeah, really, 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 really don't do that. It's dumb. It's not just a little dumb, actually. It's super dumb. But it's a thing that exists in this update, this snapshot. Also, interestingly enough, besides bug fixing, because you know what? Fire is now fire again, and I think that's interesting. But yeah, an interesting thing about this particular snapshot is now soul soil can be used to make the wither. Interestingly enough, if you actually look right here, you can't use a mixture of soul sand and soul soil. If you try to do that, it won't work in the slightest, even though we've got 3 skulls and we've got these things right here. You have to use all of the same resource, which means we replace the soul soil with some soul sand, or soul sand with some soul soil. You have to use 4 of the same block with the wither skulls on top. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intentional, but that means you can make really good, wither lookalikes. Again, most people won't spot this isn't working. They'll think it should be a wither, but it's not, and maybe that's fun to you. Also, another thing that they added last week that I didn't talk about because I assumed it, just like it went by my attention, is soul sand used to make a big like gasp of like souls escaping it. Now it makes no sounds whatsoever. If you listen carefully, you can hear nothing besides my mouse clicking. If you listen extra carefully for that, there is no noise coming from this soul sand at all. So yeah, whether that was intentional or not, we don't know for sure, but it is something they updated and then unupdated, and I find that fascinating. Before we go though, I do feel the need to mention some really weird Minecraft feature right now, because piglins can't exist in the overworld if you get them here by spawning them or by portals. They kind of exist for a bit and then they shake around a bit, they have these weird kind of fits, and then about 20 seconds later, they'll mysteriously turn into zombie pigmen. So even though right now, if I want, I can still barter with them and I can get flint in a stack of 6. A few seconds later, they turn into zombie pigmen, losing all their items, armor, and everything else, and they become pretty much useless, They just exist in the game as zombie pigmen do right now, or as they're about to be called, zombie piglins. Why they haven't been updated yet is beyond me. I assume they're still working on texturing, or they want to do it for the final update alone. I don't know for sure, but that's a thing in this update. Just keep keep that in mind. Look at all this floating grass, how weird. But yeah, just keep that in mind that you can't actually have them in the overworld just yet. If I'm not mistaken though, Hoglins will exist in the overworld just fine, and they still want to attack you just as much as they did before, and that's nice of them, I think. Also, I find this one just adorable. If you have baby Hoglins, let's kill their father, because you know what, it's fine to kill an animal's father as long as you don't kill their mother. But yeah, if you have a baby Hoglin like we do right now, and then we also get ourselves a baby Piglin, one of the cute things is the two animals will actually play together. I find it adorable personally. Maybe you disagree, maybe you have no heart, but yeah, if we now we kill the father of this one, we have a baby Hoglin and we have a baby Piglin, and yeah, they play together, which is it's just the most adorable little feature. And also, you can give these guys gold if you want. And what they'll do, again, I find this to be frustrating. If you give them gold, they just, okay, well now he's a baby zombie piglin. But yeah, basically they'll give you nothing back in return. I think it's a bit mean, personally. Also, something else I just want to kind of mention right here is that, yeah, gold armor is finally getting a use in Minecraft. Netherite is coming in here and, you know, giving it even more uses. And I like that this update kind of has the primary focus of the Nether, but a big secondary focus on gold. And, you know, obviously they're going to be probably adding gold to the Nether. We've seen a lot of hints about that. But yeah, I like that they're finally giving like existing useless features in Minecraft a kind of tune-up to make them worthwhile, because yeah, having every feature in Minecraft be useless is not a good feel. Also, just something kind of fun, the crimson fungi, the one found in the warp fungi, sorry, the one found in the other forests are things that these guys absolutely hate. If they're adults, at least. Apparently, if they're children, they don't care in the slightest. But am I right? That's like society these days or something. But yeah, just keep in mind they really don't like the warp fungi. It gives them a bad vibe, and then they run away from it and run away from you as a result. So yeah, how do you move Hoglins around? Just place a bunch of fungi, or you can breed them. There's a lot of mechanics with fungi, with Hoglins and Piglins. It's a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing these be expanded in future snapshots. Again, right now, I think they're interesting. I think it's a good way to expand gold and stuff, but I feel like, for the most part, this snapshot is a fairly small one, because they just had the big mother load of snapshots last week. This is what they've done the last week, so I feel like that's actually quite impressive with that as the context. Bear in mind that most snapshots aren't the size of the first one. The first one is like multiple months and weeks worth of development, whereas right now what we're going to be seeing is every single week we get a brand new peek into what's happening next. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I hope that you're feeling some love today, and if you are, why not share it with me by hitting the like button on this video. I don't even know why I asked for likes. It's just one of those YouTuber things that's like ingrained to you, like, oh yeah, ask for likes so that people can interact with the video or something like that. But in reality, the best thing you can do is like, hey, if you're not subscribed already, did you know you can do it very easily, and it gives you a higher chance of seeing more of my videos in the future, which is a thing I'd like for you to do. You know what, it's Valentine's Day, treat yourself, or treat me to a subscription gift. You can even unsubscribe if you get bored later, because that's the wonder of Minecraft, of YouTube subscriptions. And yeah, I never thought that we'd be making this video here on Valentine's Day, but here we are, something I love a lot. And also, actually, you know, teaser for a future video, but my last ever Minecraft without X run will be going up tomorrow. It's something really stupid, but I just wanted to do like, I wanted to technically beat Minecraft in pacifist mode, you know, get the pacifist ending, and I feel like I definitely did that. And if you're curious as to what I'm meaning, I guess you'll find out tomorrow here on this YouTube channel. And by this YouTube channel, I mean the one you're watching, if it's IVX Toycat. Actually, yeah, a lot of weird channels like re-upload your videos to try and get AdSense revenue, but you know, this is unrelated to the video. Let me just say, I'm excited to see where this update goes from here, and I'll be giving you the latest and fastest updates here on this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching, because I'll see you all in the next one. Or never again. Haha.